Hello members, I hope this message finds you all well in these continued uncertain times. We have lots of updates for you in this month's newsletter, and I hope that you will see that the BARPS has been very busy in the background. Firstly, we had planned an amazing annual scientific meeting for October this year, which was themed New Frontiers in Aesthetics. Unfortunately, due to coronavirus and its resultant effects on healthcare and aesthetic practice, as well as the resulting restrictions on mass gatherings, international travel and quarantine requirements, we have decided that it has become untenable to hold our meeting in its traditional format. The 2020 programme was packed with exceptional speakers from around the world and included very exciting and innovative talks in breast and facial aesthetic surgery. Rather than hold a smaller meeting of lesser quality, we have made the difficult decision to postpone the meeting and hold it instead in October 2021. Our world-class faculty have been understanding of this decision and have agreed to join us next year, and we very much look forward to that rescheduled meeting. However, the BARPS takes its commitment to you, our members, and its constitutional obligations very seriously. We will therefore be holding an AGM with the ability of a virtual login at lunchtime on Friday the 2nd of October this year. This will provide our annual update to members and allow voting and agreement on important organisational items. At that AGM, when Miss O'Brien becomes the incoming president, the position of the new BARPS vice president will be voted on. We have two fantastic and enthusiastic candidates in Mr. Mark Pacifico and Mr. Rajan Uppal, who have nominated themselves for the role of vice president, and both candidates will present their plans to the membership ahead of a vote during the AGM. The Vice President becomes President 2 years later, and this will therefore be the first ever President that will be decided on by you, the membership, rather than simply ratified. This has come about since the changes to our Constitution 4 years ago. I'm also pleased to announce that a BARPS live event will take place in the afternoon of Friday the 2nd of October following that AGM. BARPS Live will be an exciting virtual event focusing on hot topics in aesthetic plastic surgery, with an international faculty contributing to a programme looking at innovation and progress in aesthetic plastic surgery. So watch out for more details shortly, but remember the date of the 2nd of October for all of that. We are not sure yet if the CCR event, which normally hosts BARPS, will go ahead or not. If it does, then we are likely to set up the AGM and the BARPS Live event at that venue. And it would be great to see as many of you as possible at this event in whatever form it takes. Although, of course, for the majority of you, attendance will be via an online login. As you know, BARPS Support is now up and running to directly help members in the business of aesthetic plastic surgery. The webinars have been a huge success and will restart after the summer. Nora has given a summary of these in the newsletter. We do hope to run a BARPS Support Day in early spring of next year, possibly with a rescheduled CCR, although these options are still somewhat up in the air. Following that day in the spring, when we hope to see as many of you as possible physically, we also hope to hold a BARPS dinner to bring everyone together again sooner than the next annual meeting. Coronavirus willing, of course. Just as BARPS Support has been our main project for the last few years, we will be announcing the next major change to BARPS in this year's virtual AGM. This project will bring together all of our educational activities under one umbrella and will be expanded to create BARPS approved educators, BARPS approved courses and CPD, and a regular BARPS educational virtual series called BARPS Expert Series, Promoting Excellence in Aesthetics, thus producing a BARPS educational video library. So it's a very big and exciting project for us to really formalise our educational offering to you. It will be run by your next president, Mary O'Brien, Ashmo Sahibi, Mark Pacifico and Nora Newton, amongst others. Again, they will be announcing the details of that at October's AGM. On other fronts, BARPS and BAPRAS continue to work with the combined surgical colleges on the process of certification. Understandably, due to coronavirus, there's been some delay, but we look as if we are ready to launch the new version in late summer or early October this year. The application process is much more streamlined, and we can all use our BARPS audit figures or FIN data for the online application. I would urge you all to apply for the new broader category for all areas of cosmetic surgery, which I have pushed for, and due to coronavirus, we have lengthened the retrospective period for counting procedure numbers up to 8 years. So everyone should easily have enough numbers to meet the criteria for this category. The masterclass course, which is an essential component of the certification process, will now move fully online, and BARPS are intimately involved in providing that course content. The fees have also been brought right down, with no profit whatsoever going to the Royal College. I will announce to you all when the new system goes live, but I do want to stress that this is the only way that we can differentiate ourselves from less well-trained doctors who perhaps misrepresent themselves to patients in the current aesthetic surgical sector. It is also the only entry criteria to the GMC credentialing, which will be mandated by the CQC when they inspect aesthetic surgical facilities. So please get behind this next iteration, which has been changed in an effort to address many of your concerns. Finally, I'm sure that many of you are anxious at the moment about the restart of aesthetic practice. These continue to be very difficult times, and there is no easy answer to reflect everyone's position. We have produced our guidance, which is soon to be updated, and we have pushed for some changes to the surgical prioritisation document in an effort to recognise that self-pay aesthetic surgery should not be judged in the same way as NHS waiting list cases. The main stumbling block to return to work no longer appears to be safety issues, but rather the NHS contract with the majority of private providers. Circumstances vary geographically and amongst the private hospital groups, so it is difficult for us to push for a restart across the board, and indeed there are still some major safety concerns. Things change on a daily basis, and we continue to work with government, appropriate agencies and private providers where possible to offer a safe service for our patients, critically pointing out the medical benefits of aesthetic surgery, which appears to be ignored by many. We will continue to work and keep you updated with any progress that we make or information that we need from you about your experiences at this time. Above all, however, we must prioritise patient safety first, which I know you, our members, champion every day of your working lives. Thank you for listening to this slightly long, I apologise, message, and please don't hesitate to get in touch if your association of BARPS can provide any additional support. Thank you.